Okay, go ahead.
So this inverter
Yeah.
feeds this building. This
Okay.
inverter is a 6,000 watt AC output inverter. There's 21 modules connected to this from the roof. And to turn this on, push the little green button up underneath here. It brightens the screen up. So that button right there will scroll through the menus up here.
Okay.
Just by pushing that button. So we can see up here on, this is the first screen you'll come to. We're seeing 250 volts AC roughly, 360 volts DC, and that's going to fluctuate with the sun outside. And the AC output power of wattage, 1560 watts AC. Okay.
All right.
And so scrolling through those, you can see other operations that we would need to look at as the installers for any type of maintenance. Now, if you ever need to do a reset on this, because one of the lights over here, you're seeing the green light, this one's always going to blink yellow as if, as it's communicating. Obviously, fault means we got a fault.
Okay.
Excuse me. So that'll have a red light on it. So occasionally you just kind of come through, take a peek. Red light means there's probably going to be a code. You hit the green button, it'll come up here with, there'll be a code on the bottom of the screen down here.
And call you with the code.
Let us know what the code is.
Okay.
A lot of times these codes can just be reset by simply turning the system off.
And is that the
There's a switch here.
one in line?
And then there's one here. This is a DC disconnect. This disconnects the power from the roof modules coming into the inverter. This turns off the inverter itself, the AC power in the inverter.
So to reset it, we turn
both of these
the 1
off.
to a 0.
Yep, turn that.
Oh, both of them.
Yep, turn that to the 0, as in off. Turn this to off, and let it set for a few minutes, and then turn them both back on.
Okay, just like you're resetting anything.
Yep.
Like
And
a
then
router.
it'll run through a 300 second countdown or 360 second countdown, and it'll come up here onto a countdown screen. It'll say restarting, and it'll run through the restart cycle. It takes several minutes. You'll hear some clicks of the relays and safeties, and then it'll start reconnecting. So,
Okay, if I want to monitor my tenants' usage so I can properly bill them, how do I do that?
so this meter over here, this is production only. So this is every kilowatt hour this unit produces is measured here just like a utility meter.
So do we have to write it down? Can we reset it each month, or do we have to write it down?
You want to let this just count up. For this will be for your, we'll get you set up with your renewable energy certificate registration.
Okay.
And they're going to take readings off of either this manually from you, or you will give them the login information. We'll provide them the login information to the monitoring website. So you've made 2 kilowatt hours here so far. So in a month that you net excess back to the utility,
Yeah.
what you should be able to do, if you read it the same date, and we can also take numbers from the inverter's monitoring portal as well. This is an easy revenue grade meter. If you read this religiously on the same date, you'll know what your production is. You'll get a little bit of difference production from this recording of what the inverter itself will record just through line losses.
This is only production. If I want to get usage both ways,
Yep.
total usage
So you're going to get what
outside.
you're going to read your meter outside, or whatever the utility bill is. If it's excess generation, then you had produced more than being used. So
The utility bill is going to show it all.
your utility bill is going to show how much they consumed, how much you sent back in excess, and then that difference in net. If let's go, you got 1,500 kilowatt hours from the utility, and you produced 2,000 kilowatt hours, so you had 500 kilowatt hours excess. You know that they use 1,500 kilowatt hours.
Right. That's all I need to know.
Yep.
I'm going to come up with a set amount to charge them.
Right.
And
I can give you a spreadsheet that can kind of help track some of that information.
okay. So that's.
But this is a revenue grade meter that you will use to register your renewable energy certificate.
And this is just showing how much solar we benefited from.
how much solar is produced continually up.
Right.
through.
But we're going to have that on their bill as well. If we wanted to check the accuracy of their bill, we could compare it to this.
It would be within a few percentage points.
Right.
Because you got loss. You got this measures it at the point of inversion in the inverter. This is measuring it after it's been inverted and on its way back.
So we got a little bit of loss.
So
what percentage of loss?
It's pretty minimal, less than 1%.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll have some loss as it goes through the buildings, infrastructure, back out to the utility meter.
Right.
So you've got some losses throughout the entire thing.
Okay.
And then this system over here is what feeds your office.
Right. Same stuff.
Everything's the same.
Okay.
Just a bigger unit.
Very good. Is that it?
That's it.
All right.